Welcome back to Supremely Black Podcast. Now, check it out. It's starting to get a little crazy. I'm a little late on the information, but if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're watching the video, please make sure that you hit the like. That lets me know and that lets YouTube know that you're enjoying the content and the conversation that we're having today. So, Joe Biden steps down. If you've been following the channel, I told you that was on the rise. That was going to happen. I always kind of figured that, honestly, regardless of how he performed, Joe wasn't going to run again. I think this is all just, excuse me, enough for the performance was just enough for him to say he's not going to be fit enough. And I thought that that would create enough of a conversation around the nation and amongst the Democratic Party that he would not fare well enough against Trump. Even though Trump just be talking out the side of his neck about a lot of different stuff, he still has the charisma and the ability to out-talk Joe. If you ask me, Trump is only slightly talking about himself and closing down the border. He makes a few little points here and there. Joe Biden is pretty much taking shots at Trump about who he is and his character. You really haven't really seen the Democratic Party or the Republican Party speak about of what they plan to truthfully change. Now, the propaganda that's around the Republican Party is Project 2025. There's also propaganda that's coming around from the Democratic Party of how the Republicans feel that they are just giving out money, supporting a war that America doesn't want to support. So let me just give you a little information on how both parties look at it in just a very short and sweet segment. Now, the Democrats favor having a mixed economy and generally supports a progressive tax system, higher minimum wages, Social Security, universal health care, public education, and subsidized housing, right? So the Republicans tend to lean towards laissez-faire economics. That means not a lot of federal government restrictions, allow them to do it in a short, kind of a small bubble, entrepreneurship, let's let the money get to flowing, right? Limiting government, free markets and free trade, tax cuts, reduce government spending, and things of that nature. And they also want to reduce the run of welfare. So as you see how both of these parties are kind of taking their angles and the things that they want to do, you do what you will for this information. Now, I do see that it's going to be a lot of support for Kamala Harris, but there's also going to be a lot of people saying there's no way that there could be a woman that is in office. She's not a black woman. She considers herself like Asian and Indian or something of that nature. But I'll be following back up on this story, but I want to give you the points of where to go instead of just getting controlled by the propaganda. As always, long live CC.